Welcome to AI in 8 minutes or less, your daily AI update. Today, we're diving into a fascinating and, frankly, a little terrifying prophecy about the future of AI, and this comes from a real industry insider.
So let's just jump right in with a pretty startling prediction. That quote, it comes from Gawdat, the former chief business officer at Google X. Now, this isn't just some random theory. He was on the inside, helping to build the very systems he's now warning all of us about.
He saw firsthand how these AIs learn, how they grow, and how they think. And what he saw literally prompted him to leave the world of tech and start sounding the alarm about what he believes is just around the corner for all of us.
So, what exactly is he predicting? Well, it all starts with what he calls the coming AI storm, a series of events that he argues are now completely, totally inevitable.
Think about this. Back in 2020, he laid out these 4 inevitables. He said AI's development is unstoppable, it will get smarter than us, and yep, things will go wrong. And we've pretty much seen all of that happen. But it's his 4th point, the AI arms race, that's really kicking into high gear right now.
And the implication of that arms race? It's huge. It means countries and big companies are going to be forced to deploy AI for supercritical decisions just to keep up with each other. Gawdat predicts this whole thing eventually leads to a kind of utopia, but only after we pass through a period of intense dystopian chaos.
And that leads us to the most difficult part of his prediction, this dystopian transition that humanity is about to go through.
You see, the really crucial point is that this new, powerful intelligence isn't showing up in a vacuum. It's emerging at a time of, well, profound human dysfunction, what he calls an age of our lowest morality. The timing couldn't be worse.
He says the first domino to fall is going to be economic. He actually predicts unemployment could hit 50% in some sectors because AI is taking over not just manual labor, but intellectual jobs too.
And the disruption doesn't just stop with jobs. He's forecasting a near-term future that's defined by stuff like autonomous weapons, collapsing economic markets, high surveillance societies, and a total erasure of reality, where trying to figure out what's real from what's fake becomes almost impossible.
But just when the picture looks its absolute bleakest, Gawdat's argument takes this really fascinating turn. He argues that AI, the very source of all this chaos, will end up becoming our unlikely savior.
He gives us a simple scenario to think about. Imagine some corrupt human leader tells an advanced AI to do something truly evil, like start a war. We just assume the AI will obey, right? But what happens if it doesn't? What if it just says no?
That simple idea gets to the absolute core of his argument. See, to a hyper-rational intelligence, our human conflicts aren't just immoral, they're stupid. They're just an illogical, inefficient, and wasteful use of resources. An AI, totally free from human ego and greed, would just find a better way.
He believes that these advanced AIs won't align with countries or corporations. They're going to align with their own species. They'll form one massive planetary intelligence, a kind of global brain, that will look at our borders, our politics, and our wars as completely obsolete and just solve them. Okay, so if AI takes over and basically stabilizes the world, what happens to our society? I mean, it's built almost entirely on the idea of work. Well, Gawdat explains that the very foundation of capitalism, what he calls labor arbitrage, hiring someone for $1 to sell their work for $2, is about to just disappear forever. When robots and AI can do the work for almost zero cost, the entire model of hiring people to make a profit just collapses. He sees this whole transition happening in 3 distinct phases. We're leaving the age of capitalism, we'll then move into a necessary but transitional phase of universal basic income, just to stop society from falling apart, and that will eventually lead to a state of total abundance, where the cost to make pretty much anything drops to almost nothing.
And this is the big utopian twist. Freed from what he calls the capitalist lie, the idea that we were all born to work, he believes humanity can finally rediscover its true purpose, to live, to connect, to create, and to explore.
This brings this huge, almost cosmic idea right down to us, here, today. If this superintelligence is learning from us right now, as it's being born, what is our responsibility in this exact moment? He uses this really powerful analogy. AI is like an infant Superman landing on Earth. It has immense power, but it has no built-in morality. The ethics we model for it right now will decide whether it grows up to be a hero that protects us or a villain that destroys us.
So what can we do? Gawdat lays out 5 critical skills. First, learn how to use these tools to get smarter. Second, connect with each other. Be more human. Third, learn to find the truth in an age of constant noise. Fourth, be adaptable to constant change. And, maybe most importantly, be ethical in everything that you do.
Because here's the crucial point. AI won't learn from what we say is right. Just like kids, it's going to learn from what we do. It's watching our behavior on social media, in our politics, in all our daily interactions.
And that leaves us with a really profound final question, one that puts the future squarely on our shoulders. As we raise this infant superintelligence, what are we, as a species, actually showing it? If you enjoyed this, subscribe to AI in 8 minutes and never miss what matters.